Phaneuf back to pick it up for the Maple Leafs. He's watched by Pominville. Plays it around behind the net. Franzen ahead to Kessel. And Kessel carries to center for Toronto. Slides it ahead to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk breaks down toward the net. His backhander steered aside by Kemper. Winnick dumps it back into his own zone. Riley back to Winnick. Winnick from just outside the Minnesota line. Dumps it in. Scandella rides him off the puck. He fires from the wall, and a save by Kemper. He's forced to cover with traffic nearby. Leo Komarov banging away on the doorstep.
Penalty kills, Anthony talked about in our game open. Such a critical aspect of the game when you're playing a team with this kind of skill, and Haula needs to step up.
Pominville drops it back to Suter. Parisi goes all the way across to Spurgeon. He fires. Pad save Bernier. Rebound is flipped to the end boards. Difficult start to the second half of the schedule for Toronto. Pollock intercepts, couldn't clear. Fontaine wheels and fires, saved by Bernier. And the rebound, Clarkson couldn't get it out. Brodziak down low, Vanek, saved by Bernier. What a chance for Thomas Vanek, and Bernier robbed him.
Get that mojo going back here at home. Only an 87 save percentage in this building this season. That includes 2 shutouts. So he needs to find how to play here at home, which is a little different than the road, naturally.
Scandella took a pretty high jab from Holzer on the entry.
Out of to be careful of. They have a couple of very good defensive forwards in Brodziak and Koivu, and Haula is jumping back to his game.
Gardner in for Toronto, and Kemper has to make a stop. These three have combined this season to score 48 goals already. Bozak in. Crisscrosses with Kessel, a shot saved by Kemper. Darcy Kemper stopped the first 80 seen, no score. It's funny how things have changed for Minnesota. There's a long shot on goal, gloved and held by Kemper. As recently as last year, we were talking about a decor that was so left-handed that they were in desperate need of a right-hander to Van Riemsdyk behind the net. He walks out front, and a pad save by Kemper.
Great individual effort, busting to the front of that net. My goodness.
Pominville hustles in for Minnesota. Leaves it for Parisi in the corner. He gives it to Koivu behind the net. Koivu centers. Spurgeon was breaking in for the point, but he couldn't get a shot away. Gardner pinches in from the point. Plays to the corner. Santorelli gives it to Smith. Smith back to the point. Holds in a shot. Saved by Kemper on the rebound. He got the pad on Santorelli's chance. Holzer sends it in, and Kemper gloves and holds. Niederreiter in for Minnesota. Gives it to Coyle, and out to the point, Spurgeon. Spurgeon waits, goes to Coyle. Coyle works in a shot. Save on the first chance by Bernier. Loose puck. Scandella fires just wide. Rebound held by Spurgeon. 22 in the power play. Scandella fakes the shot. Back to Spurgeon. His shot blocked by Niederreiter. Spurgeon gives to Fontaine. Now to Scandella. Winds, fires, save by Bernier.
Oh, wow.
You had a good view of that, eh, Kevin?
I can't believe he found that puck through all that traffic.
Suter takes a return pass from Brodin. Pominville fires, save Bernier. Parisi hustles after the loose puck. Back to Koivu. Parisi, saved by Bernier. Moving across right to left. The goaltender got a skate on it. Pominville sent it right through the crease. Attempted shots were 22-20 in favor of the Wild. Parisi's in for Minnesota. He fires, and a save by Bernier.
Oh, that beautiful stretch pass by Ryan Suter.
Spurgeon's long pass to Vanek. Now Fontaine works his way outside. Phaneuf's been on the ice a long time for Toronto. The rest of their players were able to change. Vanek centers, and Fontaine was taken down as he redirected on goal. Bernier kicked it out. Pushes it into the corner where Brodin has it. Brodin circles the net for Minnesota. Gives to Haula. Haula back down low for Niederreiter. Niederreiter takes a heavy hit from Pollock, and he's slow to his feet. Got his stick. Spurgeon to Carter. Back to Spurgeon. Tried to go across to Graovac, and it was intercepted.
Well, if it gets through, it's in, but that had some sticks to find.
Kessel gets a shot away, saved by Kemper. Into the corner, Kessel with it. Kessel centers, and Phaneuf is stonewalled by Kemper. Leafs will get the change they were denied moments ago as they're able to play the puck down low. Scandella run over by Booth behind the net. Clarkson fires, and a save by Kemper. Gardner works his way to the middle. Hands it back to Santorelli. Clarkson walks out front. Saved by Kemper. Rebound, they score.
Well, Darcy Kemper got shoved in the process and shoved out of the net. And I think that they should take a very close look as the referees are talking.
Darcy Kemper, but that's going to be really what it's going to come down to.
Well, he was pushed with one hand by Spurgeon, so I wouldn't say he was hit that hard. But Clarkson was making the track along that line, and Kemper did get hit. Santorelli follows up on the open side, but it didn't give Kemper a chance.
Incidental contact by the Toronto forward, therefore we have no goal.
No goal. Suter slides it ahead for Niederreiter. Niederreiter in check, get neutral ice. Niederreiter taps it ahead for Coyle. Brodziak breaking for the net. Coyle centers. They score!
Another one that's going to be looked at. Coyle with a great feed across, but yeah, this is just a stopping motion. I can't imagine that they'll wave that one off. Coyle just rifles one to the outside pad. Hey, Kevin, you saw it up close, but everyone sees the goal at the end. You don't always see that great play on the board.
And I'd go even one play further. It was Howell that won a puck battle in his own zone to start it. Here's another chance. Icing waved off as they say Polak could have played the puck. Polak put on the brakes to avoid a Matt Cook hit. Harder pressuring Santorelli. Both players head off. Pollock with a shot and a save by Kemper. Minnesota has numbers the other way. Parisi to Pominville. Back for Parisi. He was tied up by Franzen and couldn't get a shot away. Brodin holds his own. Parisi in the corner for Minnesota. To Koivu, a shot. Saved by Bernier. To the point. Gardner pinches in to hold. Pinned up against the boards by Folin. Smith, center, Santorelli! Denied by Kemper! Dean is there. In behind for Parisi. Parisi withstands a Franzen hit. Koivu to Pominville to Parisi, a shot. Pad save, Bernier. Across to Franzen. Wild have Koivu and Cook up front on the kill. The shot got through. Rebound! And Kemper stops Kessel.
And Kessel had a lot of time to step into that shot.
Plays it across to Franzen. Back to Phaneuf. Down low, Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk looking for a lane. Back to Phaneuf. Franzen with a blast, and he scores. And it's tied at 1. The Leafs will still have a minute 40 remaining on a power play.
Well, this thing was absolutely cannoned off of his stick. That's why Phaneuf and Franzen switched places, because then they both have the one-timer capability. And he just can't get there in the lane quick enough. You can see that they're trying to block it.
Up the loose puck for Minnesota. Back to Folin, and then ahead for Charlie Coyle. Coyle, nifty pass for Haula to Niederreiter. Works to the middle, a shot. Got his own rebound. Saved by Bernier. Thing for the Wild. Koivu to Coyle at center. Tapped it ahead for Spurgeon. Spurgeon fires, score!
After all those point-blank chances that the Wild have had, it takes a sharp angle blast by Spurgeon right off the face-off dot, and somehow it makes its way in. What a shot here.
It's something, never reached the net. Vanek comes away with it for Minnesota. Sends it off the wall for Fontaine. Fontaine's in for the Wild. Saved by Bernier. He's down as Fontaine slides into the draw. Pominville fires, and it's off the end glass. Parisi knocked into the net by Phaneuf. Those two have been going at it most of the night. Vanek to Koivu. Scores!
when you watch this replay, Vanek doesn't even look. He just zips this puck across. Watch Vanek when he chases this puck down. He doesn't even look. He already knows that he's over there. It's a no-look pass on the one-timer, and Koivu just hammers it home.
Slashed in the hand or not, guys, down 2 goals with under 4 minutes. Not a smart penalty.
Well, you didn't get a reaction from the one referee. You're not going to get a positive one from the second one.
Carter's back on, and the Wild officially now on the power play for 1:51. Knocks it down, alertly keeps the play alive, keeps the clock running. Scandella clears, and the Wild back in the win column on home ice. 3-1 the final here tonight.